I don't ever pretend to be more into geek stuff than I am. I'm exactly into them the amount that I'm into them. And that's it. Hey team, how are you today? I hope you are very well. We are going to watch the new Star Wars trailer, which I'm so excited about. I started watching part of it, but I think I got a text. I was distracted and I stopped and I was like, no, I'm gonna watch this again in full. I'm gonna do a thing about it because my love of Star Wars, I don't know if you've noticed, I am obsessed with Star Wars because originally it was 6 and then obviously episode 1 is a joke. So I then started watching in machete order, which if you don't know what it is an amazing concept essentially. So you watch 4 and 5 and then you flash back, skip 1 because Anakin's a kid and it doesn't necessarily add much to the story. You watch 2 and 3 where Anakin is the same age as Luke and Luke is like on the precipice of like, what's gonna happen? Is he gonna be good or evil? And then you see his father turning evil and you're like, oh no, he's gonna go the same way as his father. And then you watch 6 and it's like, oh my God, everything's good again. So that's machete order, and I will link down below because there's a full thing explaining why it's good, and what I just said probably wasn't the best. But I don't usually talk about my love of Star Wars because I used to like have it in my dating profiles, and then the first thing someone would say would be like a question about Star Wars, like testing me, like gatekeeping geekdom. I don't enjoy having to pass a test to hang out with somebody, so I just don't talk about how I like Star Wars that much. But I'm so excited. I'm so absolutely excited because Rogue One was like insane, and I am just really happy about the fact that we have new Star Wars coming out. But also I'm kind of at a point where now that we have like a Star Wars coming out like every single year because Disney owns Star Wars, I'm like, is it ever gonna end? And as much as there was so much criticism of the reboot because it was so similar to the first ones, I think that that's good because I like machete order and I like the fact that there are parallels between Luke and Anakin, and then obviously now the parallel coming in with Rey. I'm like, is she his daughter? Like, obviously she's gonna be, like, we all know it. So I like that, and I think that's good, but if they are to continue with that, it's like, come on Disney, like, think of something else. So I'm loving Star Wars, but I am nervous that I can't care anymore. Because if I'm gonna die before it ends, then why should I be invested in it as like a series? So that's my blurb about Star Wars. I love it, but I don't like to be gate kept. I don't like this like, oh, fake geek girl shit. We're gonna watch The Last Jedi trailer. So I'm going to sit here and put it here for you so you can watch it along with me. Okay. Probably gonna pause it halfway through as well. It's pitch black. What's happening? Show me something. What is this? What's happening? Where are we? What planet are we on? Okay, Lucasfilm, we get it. We know you made it, George Lucas.
Breathe.
I can't breathe. I'm so pretty. Obvs, that's like where Luke is. Like we saw that last time. By the way, I'm sorry. I know that we're all excited and we're watching this, but like, they could have left out that last scene, or they could have finished that scene. I felt like it's not a weekly TV program where you have to like con us into coming back with a cliffhanger. Like, we're all gonna watch the next movie, finish the movie properly, you know? Anyway, side note, let's get back to it. Breathe. No, I can't. She's like,
Reach out.
reach out. Did she make those fucking stones move?
Light.
And dark. Because it's the 4th?
Darkness.
Odds, guys.
The balance. It's so much bigger.
Is that like a statue she's fighting against? 3 people on the edge of that cliff. One of them considerably larger. What's with the red? BB-8!
I only know one truth.
I'm sorry, that lightsaber would hurt you if you've got like like that. It's supposed to protect your hand. That part of any kind of saber is supposed to protect your hand. Why would you make it something that can hurt you if you're like turning your hand? It's gonna get you. You know what? It was really considerate of like the good guys and the bad guys to have different colored lasers. So like one team is like, we'll have green lasers, and the rest of them are like, we'll have red lasers. So when they're having like a space battle, not only is it dynamic, but also you can tell who's shooting at who. You can tell if it's a good spaceship based purely on the color of their lasers. I think that was nice.
It's time for the Jedi to end.
It's time for the Jedi to end. What? I mean, they kind of are already over. Like, what Jedis are around? You know? December. Doesn't matter when. I'll be ready all of December. Okay. The Jedi already don't sort of exist. Right? Because, like, at the beginning of, like, when Rey was like, oh, I've heard about the Jedi.
This is a Millennium Falcon. You're Han Solo.
I used to be.
Like, if her dad was a Jedi, they haven't been gone away for long enough for it to like fade into this myth. Like, people would be like, yeah, I knew a Jedi. Yeah, my uncle was a Jedi. Yeah, I met one. He came to my planet and like saved my friends from some horrible stuff. Like, they're around enough in like the social consciousness that people know they exist. Where she's like, I've heard of them. Are they real? And like, fucking Han Solo being like,
that's not how the Force works.
well, if they were around within like Han Solo's lifetime, people know how the Force works. How could they have forgotten details like that? Anyway, so the Jedi kind of already don't exist. And also the idea that like the Sith are evil and the Jedi are good is kind of weird, because I think that like the person that like is the epitome of the Force is like, they're both using the Force, but they need somebody who brings balance, which is what Luke was supposed to do, but he fucked it up. And I guess Rey, like, she needs to be sort of evil to be the balance, like half good, half evil. But if you just don't train her to be a Jedi, then the Jedi are over. But people are born with like the midichlorians in their system. So if I'm having so much trouble with this.
What are midichlorians?
They continually speak to us, telling us the will of the Force.
If someone's born with like a high level, isn't it kind of like they just are a Jedi and they can just move shit with their mind and they can just make shit happen?
I don't understand.
And then there's no training academy for them to like fuel their Force energy into either good or evil, and they'll just like fuck shit up. So I feel like maybe the Jedi shouldn't end, because kids are gonna be born and they're gonna be like, I don't know how to survive this. I don't know, I'm very excited. I'm really excited because I like all of the guys who are in the new film. Like, I like the actors. I really want to love it. But you know what? I think part of loving Star Wars is being highly critical of Star Wars. And like hating George Lucas, but also respecting what he gave us. But thank you guys for watching this video. If you love Star Wars as much as I do, give this video a thumbs up. Everybody likes Star Wars. Subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and thank you for letting me complain about geekdom, cause I love a complain. Don't I? Whatever. I liked Rogue One, that it was like a little bit of a different story. It wasn't the same thing over and over again, but still.